Okay, welcome everybody to Arsenal Fan Circle, the watch along. It is the final day. Got the television on. I got it on mute, and we will go through this day, the final day of 280 days. 280 days ago, Arsenal set out at home against Nottingham Forest. 280 days ago, Jurrien Timber got injured in the second half, an unfortunate season-long ending injury for him. He is on the substitutes bench today. Jurrien Timber is, but we can look back. We're going to look back at the end of this day, and there will be a resolution one way or another. And I haven't witnessed a Man City misstep on the final day of the season. I have not witnessed that. That's not to say it won't happen, but we're here to enjoy what Arsenal have done for us this season, and we can now leave our houses. In the last few years, we were able to leave our houses with our Arsenal gear still on and not face any banter, not face any ridicule from rival fans, and that's got to count for something. It's about the journey, Stan. The destination, we will get there eventually, whether it's today or next season or the season after that. But the destination, we will get there, and let's see what happens. Welcome, Stan.
Yeah, good morning. It's quite a nervous day, isn't it? Well, I actually don't really feel that nervous. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't feel nervous. Obviously, I want Arsenal to win. But I've been supporting the team a long time, and I understand that somebody has to come second. Somebody has to come third. You can't all win. And I'm just glad with the improvement that we've made over the last couple of seasons. I mean, I thought last season was fantastic. We didn't see how it could get any better, and it has. So there's always room for improvement, and let's see what happens today.
I think, Stan, not having the nerves is knowing who we're up against, knowing that it's Manchester City, knowing that they have, in a recent interview, Pep had given to Melissa Reddy, knowing that Arsenal have warned City not to make a mistake in these last 5 or 6 games, because we are there and we will be able to take care of business. We weren't able to do it the weekend of Aston Villa, that we lost Aston Villa the weekend. The Liverpool lost to Crystal Palace, and the weekend that City won at Luton. That's where they took over. So the nerves are not there, because maybe we're feeling there's a high percentage that we're going to be sat here in second place at the end of the day, Stan.
I'm just looking at a picture of Pep Guardiola on the screen. It's a full body. He's got a black sweater on, but he's got like these black distressed jeans. He kind of looks like he's trying to be 19 years old. And these big fat white trainers. And he looks like a bit of plum, to be fair. But there you go.
Yeah, we know who we're up against. We know the team that we're up against. It remains to be seen with the investigation what kind of club we are up against in the last 2 seasons, and notwithstanding the fact that Liverpool have been battling with them for a few seasons as well, the last 5 or 6 seasons. But
it's not really been much. If you compare the battle that we used to have with Man United, I mean, they won 4 titles in that period of time, and we won 3.
Yeah,
Liverpool's only won 1.
Yeah.
They've come second. You know what I mean? Far too many times. They've only been able to pull one out of the bag.
Yep. So we'll see what happens today. Your thoughts on the lineup, Stan? Bukayo Saka maybe picked up a knock.
Well, he's not on the bench. He must have been injured. No, he's not on the bench. He's not on the bench. Not on the lineup.
Oh, he's not on the bench, is he not? Okay.
Not on the lineup that I saw. So then that means Martinelli comes back in on the left, and I think Trossard's been moved over to the right hand side.
To the right. Yeah.
The other one that I wasn't too happy with was with Thomas Partey being picked. I would have preferred to have Jorginho myself, because a couple of weeks back I was saying when we had 2 games to go, I said, Thomas Partey has had a terrible season, but he's a good footballer. So if he can at least give us 2 good games, 2 games that we have left, if he can give us 2 good games, all is forgiven. He goes into summer and he ends on a high note. But the last game against Man United, I thought Thomas Partey was dire. You know, I couldn't wait
Yeah.
for him to be substituted because he looked like he was struggling or just wasn't up to the level, or his head wasn't in the game. I don't know. But after that performance, I'm like, do I really want him to play in that last game? Not really. I'd rather maybe go with
Yeah.
Jorginho, who's
Yeah.
extended his contract and is going to be around for a bit longer.
Yeah. Indeed. We'll have plenty of time to talk about all those things. Alonso, welcome to the show. Good morning.
Hey Ray, hey Stan, how you guys doing today?
Doing all
Good
right.
morning, mate.
We're just talking about how we're feeling about today. I'm kind of like, and I tweeted about it, what will be, will be. You know?
Yeah, I think I've never and I was a part of Arsenal since 2009 season, and I remember the year before that they could have won the league, and though it doesn't have the same anticipation, this was the closest as a fan I've ever been to seeing something like this and seeing it close. Granted, we were close on points last year, but City were winning it by end of April, so. At least this time around, we've improved to where we've come to the last day of the season, and I think it's important to know that it shouldn't be discredited. How like we all can agree that City are a machine this time of the year, or they just don't lose.
Yeah. And they put together a long unbeaten run. Back to December, they weren't beat. The last time they're beaten was Aston Villa. I'm leaning heavily today on the law of averages. I'm a believer in the law of averages, but does it apply to Man City? Does it apply to Arsenal? We'll see. We are here. That's kind of the catchphrase I'm going to go with now. The end of this season into next season. Arsenal have arrived. We are here. We're not going anywhere. I think 100% of the players that are going to be at Arsenal in the coming years are signed up to long-term contracts. There's people talking about Saliba. I think we're going to get back into that time frame where people talked about Patrick Vieira, people talked about Emmanuel Petit, and now we're going to have that kind of speculation or forced speculation from the papers this coming summer about people like Saliba, trying to prize our players away, but I think it will just be speculation. Michael Dwyer says, Jesus Christ, the nerves. I think what I can say is what will happen will happen. There will be some nerves on the day. Early one for us, yes, indeed, Tom. We wanted to get a watch along going because we're all going to be watching this game, and we're all going to be Arsenal ham. Definitely there is some similarities.
Ray, why is Rebecca Lowe in the stands? Why is Rebecca
Why
Lowe
is she in the
stands?
stands? Yeah. Rebecca Lowe is in the stands for sure.
And vote for play to her, but Jesus, man, like I don't think anyone's gonna be bothered by having her understand, to be honest. But
so, in as much as West Ham, we hope that another team's going to help us. Maybe West Ham is the best one of these last 4 or 5 games. I would have liked it to be away from home.
are you that good? Is that what I'm saying?
Because Mikel Arteta used to play for David Moyes. Declan Rice used to play for West Ham. So there's some affiliations there. Maybe the players and the coaching staff up at the Etihad will be professional. And I'm not saying other teams were not professional, but be professional plus have something about you, have a little bit of heart about your performance and your display, and make it difficult for City. What do you think, Alonso?
Is my TV okay?
Yeah, I think it is. I can't hear your TV. I've got mine on mute just in case, but I can't hear your TV.
Right. So, here we go. Yeah, but I think they've come a long way, and of course they had to have players buy into Arteta's ways. It wasn't always easy.
Where'd he go?
He dropped out. So, okay. Tom said, personally, I'd only be nervous if you overturn the live table at any point. Yeah, I mean, things
Looks
can
like
happen within. I
Looks like
wouldn't be
Martinelli's on the right. Looks like Martinelli's playing on the right hand side,
on the way. Okay.
not Trossard, which is interesting.
Stan calling Pep fat is kind of petty energy. I'm all here for. Anyway,
What was that? What did he say?
Stan calling Pep fat is the kind
No,
of
I didn't. Did I
petty
call him
energy I'm
fat?
all for.
I didn't call him fat. I said he looked like a plum.
His sneakers.
And his,
Yeah.
Yeah, his trainers were big fat white trainers.
Yeah.
He looked like he's trying to be 19 years old.
Here's Alonso. He's back. So, yeah, look, anyone who's tuning in now, I realize you have many, many options. Other channels, I think Gary is over at the Mr. Arsenal. They do watch alongs a lot. We're doing this one today. Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate that. And we will try and keep you updated as much as possible.
Okay.
All of our eyes will be on Arsenal first and foremost. And then if we hear...
But it's nice to see where we are in the queue then, where Gary's concerned. I get it.
He does hang out with Mr. Arsenal on the watch alongs.
He does like to hang out with the oi polloi.
That is fine. That is fine.
But to answer your question, right? I think for Arsenal to come as far as it has, you had to have players buy into Arteta's ways and his fundamentals, and we all saw it on the All for Nothing documentary he had 2 or 3 years ago now. So yeah, it's been a hard, sometimes a hard way of looking at things in the beginning, but it all panned out at the end. But yeah, I mean, it's been very, very cool to see how this team has come along, and they've come a long way.
Chance for Tomiyasu blocked.
Yeah.
I'm on 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
I'm on 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Come on, Comcast.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Listen, there'll be no restrictions on anybody. If Alonso's ahead of us, 1-0 to City, says Canterbury Gunner. Yeah, Phil Foden. Really, Phil Foden. So that will settle City down right now. Nottingham Forest 1-0 up against Burnley as well. So.
Oh well.
Look, we would like to be in a position today where it's in our own hands, but that's not what happened. And as you said, Alonso, the progression through the 4 years that Arteta's been with us, taken us from a ridiculed team where you're regularly getting beaten.
Yeah, and I believe it was teams that were mocking Arsenal because they were at one point like 17th and 16th in the league at one point. And, people were saying, well, Arteta's not good enough, or it was just a spell. And once you're in that spell, it's kind of hard to get out of. So, it was a team that had with players not, again, buying in, like Aubameyang and Ozil, and he was not on the team. So,
Class match.
Class match. You had Mustafi. You had all these guys that were no longer good enough to.
City have scored.
Yes, they have.
Fucking hell.
Phil Foden, the player of the year, Stan. And header from Tomiyasu just wide. So it's 2 chances from Tomiyasu there. 1 blocked in the early minutes. All Arsenal can do is handle their own business here, and go a goal up.
What you don't understand is like how teams know how to defend Saka, but they can't defend Foden. And I get it. There's talent there, but at the same time, no one player is unstoppable, right? So it's just quite.
Here's the thing as well. We've talked about this a lot. Last season, as Stan said, it was a wonderful season, but we played a lot on emotions. We played a
What's
lot.
happening to your screen, Alonso?
Good goal from Foden, I got to say.
What was that?
Your screen is twitching. Looks weird.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Don't you?
No.
Just business device.
Last season was full of emotion, full of endeavor, full of goals for us. We've been a lot more controlled this season. I think we took a little time. Maybe the group stage of the Champions League took our eyes off some of the results around November and December, where we lost some games. We got tired through Champions League. So I think we're not the full. We are not the full squad yet that can go and put a full campaign together yet. And we know the areas: left back, midfield, striker, or forward areas where we need to reinforce again.
Partey of a corner kick.
He intercepted it first. He intercepts. He got the first part right. He intercepted the ball coming in. The control was not great and conceded a corner.
It's almost like Benny Hill.
That was bad, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right,
corner to Everton. We've been good this season defending corners.
Look at that.
On set pieces.
Despite his mistakes, I think Raya's been coming into his own lately. I think the way he commands the area is pretty remarkable. For a guy who came from Brentford, he's really come into his own as an Arsenal goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'll definitely second that one, Alonso. We had a situation where we could upgrade a position, and there's no argument now that David Raya coming in has upgraded the goalkeeping position. It did take a number of games where there was some uncertainty, I will say, getting used to our defenders and having that communication. But
our upset pick competition is almost like the Premier League. It's all down to the last day of the season.
All down to the last day of the season, yeah.
So my thinking was, initially, I was going to go for Brighton against Man United, but I figured because Sam is a point ahead of me, he would go for the low-hanging fruit, and he would also go for that one, which means that if we both went for it, I would still be behind. Right?
Yeah.
Which is why I went for Palace to try and get a big spread.
I stand. I think Palace are on a good run right now, and my objective is to be on top of Red.
But I initially was going to go for Brighton, but I just
put me into last.
Yeah, I mean, I had a career best so far, so looking forward to hopefully doing that again next year.
But Sam does have 110 charges hanging over him, so
only 110. That's Gary's 110.
He could be stripped. So
they've taken the lead, Stan. Crystal Palace have.
Oh yes.
Have they?
Well played, Stan.
Let's see if listen, early days, right?
I've noticed this year's upset pick competition is a lot different now that Tony dropped out.
Oh yeah. No pick FC.
Goal kick to Everton. So I wouldn't. Yeah.
I think you're just a little bit ahead.
I see Gabriel Magalhaes talking to his teammates on the field. He's the voice in the team, I think. You know,
Who's that?
he's the vocal. Gabriel Magalhaes.
Magalhaes, yeah.
He's the vocal player in the team. We have some. Declan Rice would be a vocal leader as well, but I think we have some quiet players. Thomas Partey's quiet, likes to do his business on the field. Saliba's quiet.
Saliba's quiet.
Tommy Ash's quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odegaard can be quite vocal at times.
Yeah.
But again, he doesn't want to be that captain who's always shouting because you have to back it up.
Rice.
Driving into the box. Yeah. Dyche hates the North London sunshine. Sounds really. Good shot. Declan Rice shot saved by Pickford.
I'm just up to the bit where he lost it in the penalty area.
Right.
Okay. So right.
Havertz intervenes.
Nice interception.
Declan Rice.
Yep.
Just rolls the ball to Pickford.
So right. So what was the over under on Declan Rice getting 7 goals? Was it?
I think we set it at Granit Xhaka's levels. 7 goals and 7 assists. I think he's exceeded that.
Per league or just total?
In the league.
Okay.
See, we had that at the start of the season. We really didn't know if Havertz was signed as that left 8 or if Havertz was signed as a forward. And I think Thomas Partey's availability, which is something you shouldn't count on, brought into focus Havertz's position in midfield and Partey, when he did play, venturing into the right back position because of Gabriel Magalhaes as well.
Oh, nice.
I think it's
very high line.
Havertz has definitely exceeded what he did for Chelsea last season.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? A couple of years ago, we were linked to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but you know it's a shame that his injury issues have caused him to digress. I believe so. But anyway,
what was saying that Alonso makes me think about Ivan Toney, and Stan knows I was sweet on Ivan Toney last season, and maybe 18 months ago. But this team, the Arsenal team, is growing rapidly to where we're exceeding the talents of these players. You know what I mean?
I think our options when we look at a striker have changed because of the emergence of Kai Havertz. I don't think that we're going to drop 80 to 100 million on a player like Isak, because now that Havertz is able to make contributions in that position, we'll probably spend 50, 60 million on a striker now.
Yeah.
Because we'll be able to share that duty around a bit more. It's not just going to fall on one main man. So maybe somebody like Sesko.
Exactly.
Or Xerxes was the other one they're talking about. So slightly a tier down in the fact that they're not as established as, say, a Giroki's or a Isak. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm definitely
or an Osimhen, you know, even someone like that.
I'm on the same page. I'm on the same page. If we get 5 or 6 players in our forward line, and Odegaard could join that, who score 15 goals a season.
Yeah, we need cover for Odegaard. We haven't got cover for him. There's no one that really can come into the team without being a drop-off. So we need to get someone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe Bukayo Saka will hit the levels of 20 goals. 20 goals in a season. So yeah, 280 days. The season started 280 days ago.
Well, look at that prime advertising on the side of the pitch. Just noticed that. They're everywhere.
Come on, Martinelli.
Tottenham taking the lead against Sheffield United.
Martinelli had a good run there.
I thought they'd want to lose that because somehow it affects us in some way.
Martinelli, Through.
Hey, good run. Yeah,
Shot
yeah, good
saved.
run.
Pickford. Pickford's working
Good run.
hard. Good run.
Oh yeah, I just seen it now. Saved.
Long ball through. Saliba stopped it. Free kick to Everton on the edge of the box.
Oh, slipping over. Dangerous area for a free kick.
I was going to nominate Martinelli to be the first goal scorer in this game as kind of a tip because I think he's coming back into form. I didn't think he'd start the game though.
Yeah, right, Trossard.
Trossard is a good player. I just thought Martinelli might pop up with the first goal today. Kind of surprising Jesus was not selected over Martinelli. So maybe Martinelli has shown something to
Well, I think Jesus has not been in form. I think Martinelli has more room to get better, and Jesus, we've seen him dribble and go to ground so easily, and I think Arteta's kind of frustrated at that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
The old draft excluder.
yeah, I think he's lost his confidence, maybe.
Martinelli on the right isn't looking comfortable, says Riddy, but I think we've seen Martinelli tried through the center, through the middle, and down the right. So could this be part of the evolution of Martinelli where he gets away from the left wing spot and plays more centrally?
You don't think so, Stan?
Saka would usually be playing, right? So then he would be on the left. It'd probably be Trossard because of the form he's in.
Do you think, Stan, if we'll be playing in the Cups more next season? We need to be playing in the Cups more. Get a run in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup.
It all depends how many Arteta wants to use the squad.
And Martinelli could get some through the middle games.
If he believes that we've got a good second string that can play and compete, which you've not really had.
No,
I'm gonna stop, man.
We need to be able to put out an 11 which doesn't have the likes of a Cedric in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
The likes of an Lenny, for example.
This is a test for Arsenal today because the expectation is to go out there and win, but Everton are playing well.
Good enough, yeah.
Oof. Yeah, they're on it, aren't they? They're on
Everton are not on the beach here.
2-0
to Nottingham Forest.
They've got to come back.
Chelsea 1-0 up against Bournemouth.
I don't know where you are, but they're working around our penalties area.
All right, now let's referee in the way.
Some guys.
Michael Oliver getting involved.
About time he did us some favors.
Yeah, I just got that now. The referee.
Michael Oliver.
Everton player is down. Not looking good to continue. 20 minutes gone.
Were we in for Onana or was it Decore at one point?
Linked with both in the past.
Yeah, linked with both.
I don't fancy Onana. He's big and powerful, but I don't think he's got the technical ability.
2-0 to City.
Really?
Ready, said.
Exactly, isn't it? Exactly, isn't it? They're not coming. There's no comeback to. They're not coming back from that game. So that.
Well, you would maybe hope for the next goal to be West Ham.
It's like people would easily bow down to them as if they're gonna lose already.
Yeah, exactly, Alonso.
There's no fight. Like, all right, well, we'll just,
To get anything out of City, you have to put some caution to the wind and go after them. And the games have to be high-powered, high-octane games against City.
maybe
I
get
remember
toward.
when they drew 3 or 4 games in a row, 4-4 against Chelsea. I think it was 4-4 against Tottenham, and a 2-2 draw as well.
I
Those
can't.
were-
I
those
I
two-
can't. I can't stand Phil Foden's arrogance, man. You know.
I mean, I hate to say it, Alonso, but we get triggered by good players. You know, he is
Yeah.
a good player, and we as Arsenal fans want to say that I think Bukayo Saka is better than Foden, but you know, he's our
But
Foden. Bukayo Saka is our Foden.
oh no, you should say this. Phil Foden is their Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, I wonder what Gareth Southgate is going to do with those two players in the tournament upcoming in the summer.
Well, they play in different positions, don't they? Foden plays in the centre or on the left.
See, this is what I don't
Play
understand.
Foden on the left, doesn't it? Play Bellingham in the middle.
Yeah.
Bellingham and Rice in the middle.
Grealish. Newcastle have taken the lead 1-0. Yeah, really. We lost at home to West Ham, remember.
How's Brighton doing with Man United?
0-0.
And Palace has won it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the real final day.
got to win by 2 clear goals.
Yeah. The atmosphere of the Emirates. I can hear the TV. Is that you, Stan?
Yeah.
Drop the volume down a little bit. Quite a bit. That should be good. Yeah, Man City 2-0 up. Do you think Arsenal are playing a little bit like one eye on? I don't know. Do you think the nerves are getting to them in this game at home?
Well, they've been known to start really, really late as far as getting, situated with the way they want to attack and all that. So, as Arsenal fans, the past, I guess, month, they started off really slow, but then they gotten together and scored some goals. Towards the end of halftime or the ending of the first half into the second half. But you never know with these kind of games, Ray. They seem like they get a later start in the game at the earlier kickoffs than they do at this time of the day. Yeah, really. I think losing Fulham hurt West Ham twice.
Yeah.
Or was it Villa twice?
Losing to West Ham and then Fulham
right?
in the space of days, Alonso.
We drew to Tottenham as well. We could have easily destroyed them.
Yeah, you want to look back at I look back at that Jorginho losing the ball. Where you could never lose the ball in midfield like that.
Here we go. Oh, jeez.
So, and I think really it was part of Arsenal trying to top that group and taking Champions League secret or seriously. We got a little tired there toward the end of that first half of the season before the winter. If the winter break had come 2 days sooner, we'd have been in better shape. I think we got tired, and that's part of the next phase. People go on about Arteta and the phases, but the next phase is to sustain your squad, get 3 or 4 new players in this summer, and I was quite interested in Josh Kroenke's comments earlier today as well, Alonso, where we're not going to stand still no matter what happens today. Arsenal Football Club, we're not going to stand still. There's things to do in the league and in Europe. And the European part of that is interesting as well.
Yeah, it kind of shows that the Cronks, aka the Kroenkes, aka the Cronkies,
Yeah.
are legit and they want to be ambitious. And they're willing to spend the money, but also there's going to be some sacrifice in that as well, like losing some fan favorites, like Ramsdale, Havertz. Sorry, like Ramsdale, and Arteta's been adamant about keeping Russell Rowe, and I kind of like him myself, but how long do we have to wait until he's healthy enough to be a constant in Arsenal? So I think there's some other players like Reece Nelson and Kedia. If you want to put Russell Rowe in that position where he was running the cell, then I think Vieira should be in there as well, because we haven't even seen the bits of Vieira since he's been in Arsenal.
Injuries.
So he's been hurt as well.
Yeah, there's been some injuries. City's mauling West Ham like a Sunday League team, and Arsenal is struggling with Everton. What does that conclude about two teams? Yeah.
Our season got undone by Unai Emery.
Unai Emery.
Yeah, man. He undone our season.
Yeah.
We should have had all 3 points from that match.
To be fair as well, at Villa Park,
Emery.
We played really well and didn't take our chances. We had the chances. We had a few chances up there.
Which one? What, Fulham?
No, at Villa Park.
Villa, exactly. Well. We should have had that game, man.
Both of them.
Yeah.
So, Leon Chordo, that's the difference between City and Arsenal. There's been about 10 results where we have been lackluster. We've drawn 5 and lost 5. And it's there. It's there. If we can put it together in one full season, it's there, because we didn't lose to any of the big teams. We didn't lose to a Liverpool or a City. We lost to Aston Villa, who were fighting for top 4. In fact, Aston Villa can probably thank us with the 6 points they got from us for Champions League football next season. Tottenham, Chelsea, Newcastle all winning 1-0. Man United 0-0. Dropped to 8th place now. Erik ten Hag. So I think there's an injury, but in any case, there's a water break as well. And look, I think it's important as well that we win today and keep that gap to 2 points.
Wasn't it like an 8-point gap last year?
Last year was an 8-point gap, yes, at some point. They had a game in hand, but still, it's been a lot closer. We had to win something like 16 games out of 18 just to be in this position on the final day of the season.
Yeah, and a certain someone wants to blame Rob Holding for costing us the league.
Last season.
But it's to have Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes both playing basically the whole year together, injury free, was pretty remarkable as well. Because last year Saliba went down, it seems like it all fell apart at that point. So, what worries me is that they've played too much without rotation. And the good thing about it is that they have Timber, we have QBR, we have Ben White, who could also play there as well if something were to happen. So next year will be interesting, or this summer will be interesting to see if they have more, if they add more cover for the center backs or the back
Yeah,
four.
yeah,
Um, there's a youngster there called Brooks Norton Coffee, and I think that's his name. But
yeah.
he's on loan, I believe. So I wouldn't mind him having him come on, because he's after all one of Tony's academy kids.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I think that's got to be one of the steps is to bring in an academy kid as well, at least one into your squad to upgrade past the Cedric.
oof,
Have a Cedric in your squad, albeit he didn't play many games, but academy
that's
kid
close.
could play.
DCL almost scored,
Everton,
hit the post.
yeah, hit the post.
We've
The
lost
follow up,
we've lost one of our academy kids. I think it's
Yeah.
either Inwari or Walters. One of them.
Walters,
Offside.
Will
Walters.
Walters, yeah.
He didn't
They don't
resign.
see a pathway. It's the one
It's a
that plays
shame.
at right back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shame because he's a U I think 21 captain Stan. So losing him, it's a shame because I played him on FIFA 23, and it's a shame really because I kind of
Who
had hope for him.
Walters?
Yeah.
Really? I'd sell him in the first week.
Well, right, but I thought he's really.
Reddy said last year was a 5-point gap in the end. We had a
Okay.
5-point lead. We had a 5-point lead at points, Reddy. So last season in the run in, we shed 10 points where City took advantage of that. This season was a lot closer. Chance for Havertz blocked. The follow up blocked. Everton having a lot of block shots.
Shit.
Great pass from Odegaard to Havertz. Odegaard about to cross. Back post. Declan Rice. Headed. Cleared.
Odegaard.
When Leon Trotter said when you're competing against a team like City, you don't get many chances. And that chance was lost when we played against Villa and lost it. That missed opportunity was the final one. Definitely understand and agree with you, Leon Chordo. We just have to look at those positions that we know we have to upgrade in. A forward, again, a midfielder, if we're going to lose Thomas Partey and keep Jorginho. Definitely need a midfielder. And maybe a left back, maybe a centre back. So there's 3 or 4 positions there that could instantly help us within the squad. Last season we got Havertz, Rice, and Timber, and that improved 3 of our starting positions. Losing Granit Xhaka, who's gone and won the title unbeaten with Leverkusen. Trossard on the left, Declan Rice on the edge of the box, Trossard again. Partey.
Come on.
Saliba takes us. He's going for the shot. Somebody's hurt. Martinelli's hurt.
And that sucks.
Oh,
It's not good.
Martinelli's down. He stayed down as well, Stan. Knee injury.
It's a crumpled heap for him.
Ooh, oh man.
Left
He
knee.
just come back.
Yep.
Jesus.
It's tough. It's hard, man.
He shot with his right foot, but his left knee is the one. Oh yeah, that could be a bad injury. You see his knee straighten out against that challenge. He won't be reporting for Brazil duty, BX. Still 2-0 at the Etihad. 0-0 at the Emirates.
How's Brighton getting on?
0-0.
Palace?
1-0.
Even a draw at the Palace game would be good for me.
Yes.
How many points would the draw be? Something like 5 points, isn't it? It's a really big spread, isn't it?
12. Yeah, 8. 4 points would be.
The draw.
Yeah, 4 points.
8 points for a win.
When Sam could get 2 points. Yeah, 8 points for the win. Sam could get 2 points for the win. So draw would be enough for you on the day, Stan. I'm not getting any points. Not that it matters. I picked Brentford. They're losing 2-0 to Newcastle. Be curious if it was Isak. No, Isak has not scored. Looks like Martinelli's ready to come back on. After receiving treatment. West Ham have no shots on target and no shots at all.
God, come on, man. So.
After 36 minutes. And City in complete control.
All we've got to do is take care of our own business. If we can't do that last game of the season, that's concerning.
West Ham looks spineless. Those bastards scoring 2 is like 2 swift kicks to the groin. I can't blame anyone this season. It has been better than the last one. It's only the blew up chance against Aston Villa that haunts this season's heartbreak. You could say.
Well, no, that was.
It does seem like anytime Thomas Partey makes a challenge, there's becoming a yellow card.
Yeah.
Liverpool has scored 1-0 up there at Wolverhampton Wanderers.
He just doesn't seem to be as good as he used to be at all.
Yeah. Martinelli, hope he doesn't go for international duty. Couldn't care less about Brazil. Only Arsenal matters. And especially this summer, people is going to be busy with tournaments. And we're not going to have a long time till the tournaments start. And,
not for Ben White. He's topping his town up somewhere.
Yeah.
Fuck.
We need a few more of those.
Everton score.
Everton has scored. Okay. Goal, Everton. There we go. Free kick, top corner.
From this free kick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a look at this.
Ghana. Looks like he was going to the other corner.
Yeah, they're laughing, yeah? Jesus.
Crystal Palace 2-0 Crystal Palace.
2-0 Crystal Palace. Oh,
yeah.
Something to king to. Fuck, man. Yeah,
I think Arsenal are playing the occasion. Deflect it. Yeah. That's why I thought it was going the other side. Off.
Imagine if West Ham were 1-0 up now.
Great. Come off Declan Rice. The banter with that now. There was Rice and Havertz there, and the banter with either one of those would have been
come off Declan Rice's head.
Yep.
Oh well. I suppose that's what 100 million is, yeah. You have mistake. Imagine if West Ham were 1-0 up now, and that's what happened to us. You don't get that. We have to take care of our own business no matter what. Imagine that. In a way, I'm glad now that City are ahead, because if they weren't and we were shooting ourselves in the foot, that would be even more painful to me. You know, that we got let in and we still couldn't fucking capitalise. That would be horrendous, man. That would be nasty headlines. That would be.
Stan, there's 50 minutes left. There's a lot can happen. So
I know, just speculating.
No, I know. A lot can happen on the final day of the season as well in terms of the swings.
I know. Ollie Watkins could get a hat trick and hand the trophy over to Sam.
That can happen too. Yeah. But you have to. You're relying on who's the other team that Palace are playing? Aston Villa. Yeah.
Villa.
Ollie Watkins. You're right.
Man, got to take care of your own business. I mean, he didn't know much about it, did he? I mean, ball gets booted out your head.
Yeah.
So they had these touch, like they're playing too soft going forward. They need their touches have been horrible.
He tried to get out of the way, but it hit the side of his head as he was turning it away. What can you do about that?
We're playing the occasion.
Unlucky.
Don't play the occasion. Play the game. We're playing the occasion right now.
Well, Ray, you be the coach then, Ray.
Let me in there.
Snake style.
They cut the Man City fans celebrating.
Has Pep got the cigars out yet? That should be banned.
All right, there's a few minutes till halftime. Let's see if we can.
Come on! Tell me
if we can respond. There we go. We did respond. Odegaard cross to Tomiyasu. Rifles it into the bottom left-hand corner. 1-1 again. And this is a bit like that Manchester United game where Rashford scored and then Arsenal came back. But Tomiyasu, great goal. 1-1.
Let's go, man.
Stan, you saw it. Come on. Any offside? No offside. Cut back. Right above the penalty spot. Great goal from Tomiyasu. He enjoyed that one. And he had a couple of chances early on in the game as well. Right?
I'm happy for him, man. It's trying to run on me a little bit. I might get his jersey number next year. He's a very humble guy, man. I mean, he's very quiet as well.
Yes.
It's quite incredible how many goals they've scored as a center back, as a back four.
Yeah. I know Ben White's gotten 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham has scored. West Ham has scored from Riddy. Kudos. See, things can change. Things can change. Tomiyasu scored. Kudos has scored. 2-1. The message is going around the stadium at the end. 2-1 up there. And look, City are going to get a little nervous now. We need to go on and win our game and hope that West Ham can play off the fears.
They scored, didn't they? West Ham scored.
Yes, 2-1.
Fuck. They ain't going to score another 2, though, are they? Score another 1 and hold them to a draw. And if we've got
like
a winner,
that guy on a fever pitch. They're going to score 2 more, though.
If they hold them to a draw and we score another one, you're in.
That's
You're
it.
in.
We're in. Seven minutes out of time in the first half for Arsenal. Coming back after a goal down to Everton. The free kick deflected off of Declan Rice. Odegaard and Tomiyasu
What the hell?
hooking up for the second goal. Havertz chasing. Well, really, City's going to win 5-1. It's the hope that kills you, really. It's the hope, isn't it? You know, Arsenal have worried City fans this season. Don't be mistaken about that. Arsenal have worried the Man City fans. Here's the goal from Kudos. I'm watching overhead kick, brilliant goal. Overhead kick about 8 yards out from a corner.
Wow.
Ball kicks up in the air, and that's a player that a bicycle kick. Yeah. From really bicycle kick. A player we were linked with last summer. Kudos is going to try and do his best for Thomas Partey. Risky pass across his own area from Gabriel Magalhaes there. You saw that, right?
Those two risky.
You saw that, right, Alonso?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Everton coming again. Declan Rice committing the foul. We need to be careful about this game. It's maybe why I would advocate for Thomas Partey.
They tied. West Ham tied.
I hope so. I see people in the stands going, I haven't seen that. Are you going off the reactions of people in the stadium? What you're saying?
Oh no. So I guess it's still 1-2.
Yeah. But some people are getting the news.
They're
now.
saying 2-2, which is weird. Like lady in the crowd saying
unless
2-2.
there is a question about it.
The thing about Arsenal when they score the first goal, they somehow are less complacent. Besides that pass to Gabriel. Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a lady put down like 2-2 with both her hands, so I don't know if that was a sign.
What happened there was the section of Arsenal fans were celebrating hearing the first goal, and a lot of us thinking that they'd scored a second goal.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened.
Really, it's my coffee pal.
It's in the coffee. It's all in the coffee, ready. Look, I'm going to temper expectations and your hopes here. I'm pretty optimistic, but you have to be realistic with City. They will usually they weather the storms and come through in the end. Like any good team. Arsenal are probably going to weather this storm and come through in the end. Offside, DCL.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would think could have been 3-1. Right? It was Haaland who missed an open goal.
It's a shame that Bowen is out for this game because I think he would have at least helped their attack.
Yeah.
Making more point why probably Jared Bowen's better than Saka according to Brownie. But yeah, I mean, I think
Liverpool 2-0 up. There has been red card in Anfield. That'll make things easier for them. McAllister and Kwanzaa have scored for Liverpool. Aston Villa 2-0 down. Mateta with 2 goals. Still 2-0 Aston Villa to Crystal Palace.
Look, when was the last time we won the title? 2004, right?
4, yeah.
That was also the last time there was an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world round.
Mm.
And yesterday,
Ooh, Thomas Partey.
it happened. The undisputed champ. Is there a sign? I'm looking for anything I can find.
Usyk. Yeah, Usyk. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. Caicedo scored for Chelsea. Yeah, we're looking for signs here, for sure.
I kind of predicted that. I thought Usyk might win.
Coming up to halftime.
Maybe West Ham have belief scoring a goal against the quadruples. It's given them
That's our hope, Stan.
They're lifting their tails.
That's our hope.
Let's do it for David. He gave them a European trophy. Maybe they want to. It's his last match.
Yeah.
West Ham.
Fair play, Stan. You're right. I think after losing Declan Rice, there was a little hope that that they wouldn't do as well, but they've invested really well in James Ward-Prowse, Kudus, and Alvarez. So I think the talent is there. I just hope for the best that they can overcome City and help us out.
Halftime. So we're in for another interesting 45 minutes.
Fair play to Tommy Asu, though, eh?
Yeah, well taken finish, right?
Yeah.
I happen to think he's one of those players that could deputize for Ben White, the best on the right side, and play that inverted role as well.
What I think, I think back to that pass that Tommy Asu did for Martinelli against Newcastle like 2 years ago. Yeah. So
I think Zinchenko's days are numbered.
I saw a rumor on Facebook the other day, or just yesterday, that he's going to leave Arsenal. And I showed that post, and I said, I'll have him pack his bags.
Naughty.
I have
Of course he doesn't want to leave Arsenal, why would he? But I think
he wants to leave Arsenal. Is what I said.
He wants to leave Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think we've evolved past him.
Yeah.
Like we did with Kieran Tierney.
Who wants to leave? Zinchenko?
Zinchenko, yeah.
Yeah. Look, Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko, we needed them 2 seasons ago. I think we're at the point where they're squad players now.
Well, but Tommy Asu still, or Tommy Tierney, or Tommy Asu.
Gabriel Jesus is a very expensive backup option, though. That's the thing. For 200 bags a week, sit on the bench. Is that viable? Can you do that? Is that sustainable? I don't know.
Gonna have to
because you'll have other players who are starting to play more regularly in the team, and then maybe not earning that much. And you look across and you've got this guy who's earning maybe double what you're earning, and he's on the bench. I mean, how's that sustainable? Do you know what I mean? At some point, it's like, well, I shouldn't be getting more games with this guy. Yeah, I'm not being remunerated.
I think we'd be open to offers if somebody came along with an offer for Gabriel Jesus, and it was a project he was interested in. We would move on from Gabriel Jesus, move on from Eddie and Kedia as well.
I think if Kai Havertz hadn't come right and he was still struggling now, he would definitely be going into summer, because you wouldn't. Again, he's on just over 300 a week. I think he's our most highly paid player. I think he's on Ozil wages. He can't sustain that. If he can't get his way into the team and he's not contributing, again, it's going to unsettle. You've got other players that are playing more regularly, earning a quarter of that maybe, and going, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a gamble, isn't it? Sometimes when you bring in a player on a lot of money, they have to be able to justify it, not only to the manager, but to the teammates, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, right, it is a job. It's about making money. And if you're making more of a contribution, and you're on, say, maybe 120 grand a week, you're being picked every week, and you're doing good stuff, and you've got this guy's on 350, who's he can't seem to find a way into the team from the bench, but do something. Luckily for us, though, Havertz has come good. I was really concerned about him at one point. I was like, this could be a real big ricket we've done here, but so glad it's worked out.
Yeah. And he's adapted to our style of play. He's able to find the wingers. He's able to feed Martinelli or Saka.
Yeah.
Goal difference does not matter anymore, but exactly the same. Well, goal difference will matter. If we can, goal difference is exactly the same right now, but we'd need them to lose a goal and us to gain a goal for the destination of the title to go to the Emirates. And we have the commissioner. The commissioner's in London, Stan.
Maybe they know something.
That's what the City fans would be saying, you know. Give West Ham a penalty. Wouldn't that be bants? If West Ham got a penalty in the second half.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
And a penalty for us. That would be conspiracy theories, left, right, and centre. Leon Shorter's like, can West Ham score and hold on thereafter? You would think not, Leon Shorter. You would think not. But who knows what can happen? Nerves. City, all teams must have nerves at some point. City have not shown them in the past. Okay, and at halftime they're going through the how the goals happened and where they happened, what timeline they happened at. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin hit the post in the 31st minute. And they would, in the 39th minute, they would score through that. It's probably going to be an OG to Everton off of Declan Rice's head. Forehead. But moments later, Tomiyasu would equalize 3 minutes later. Great pass from White, releasing Odegaard. The cutback finds Tomiyasu, and the captain, Odegaard, celebrating with the fans because Arsenal are back in this final game of the season at home to Everton. Meanwhile, actually on the timing, 42 minutes, Kudos scores. So between the Everton goal and the Tomiyasu goal, Kudos gets a goal back. A great overhead kick, bicycle kick past Ortega. Understand that Ederson had a bad injury against Tottenham and was unhappy to be taken off. Ortega is a good second goalkeeper for them. And at Liverpool and at Manchester City, it's been important to have a good second goalkeeper this season because Alisson and Ederson have missed quite a few games. It's another thing Arsenal need to look at this summer. We know Ramsdale is going to get sold. I'm not biting on the valuation of Ramsdale reports. Some reports saying 15 million. So yeah, I'm not biting on that. But we need to sell. If Ramsdale's going to go, we need to sell him for a decent amount of money. And not 15, as reported to Newcastle. We're also going to come into the season of journalism, sports journalism, where every transfer rumor will be examined. Leon Chordo said Arsenal have 45 minutes to find the net. Somehow Everton will try to hang on to the score as it stands. Yeah, and look, a lot can happen in 45 minutes. Likelihood is Arsenal go on to win this game. That's the likelihood. Mikel Arteta right now is probably getting into the team and giving them a bollocking right now. You know, nothing happens today without Arsenal winning. Nothing happens without Arsenal getting 3 points today. There's no chance of a league title today if Arsenal do not win. And on the other side of it, Man City, they've been there. They've done that. They usually come out on top in these situations. So we'll see what happens. Do Man City have anything in them, or do West Ham have anything in them? You know. Good afternoon, Taib. Hope you're doing well. Arteta out from you, Taib. Here we are. We're going to go again next season. I see Liverpool being 5 or 6 points worse off this next season. I don't see Liverpool being there as long as they were this season. It's always been Man City. You measure yourself against Man City for the last 6, 7, 8 seasons. It's always been Man City. And we'll see what happens when it comes to the 115 charges against them. Because you can be a good club on the field, but be a bad club off the field. And it looks like Man City have been a bad club off the field with misdemeanors in those seasons that are being investigated. The players, the manager, and the coaching staff may know nothing about it, but the people behind the scenes who are conducting the enterprises at Manchester City will know about it and are defending their case. And it's up to the Premier League to bring an airtight case against them. I believe it's coming to the courts in October of this coming year, and it's taken a year and a half. We first heard about this in February of last year. It's taken a year and a half for these charges to come down, and it will take till June of next year, apparently. So we'll be talking about the 115 from October through to June of next year. Leon Charter said, I will watch the Aston Villa game again to see what went wrong and whom to award the culprit of the season from Arsenal. Look, Trossard missed a chance in the first half. When you're watching it back, look at the lineup. That's what I would say. Look at the lineup. And Mikel Arteta has made mistakes. He chose Zinchenko, a left back, but more importantly, he chose to go with Gabriel Jesus as your striker. And Zinchenko made us a little bit shaky at the back. We were nervous coming off the back of that Bayern game where we didn't play well against Bayern at home. We didn't play well. We had nerves in our game. We had nerves at the back. And that's what happened against Aston Villa in the end. Aston Villa hit the upright. In the first half, we got away with one. And then we got away with another one around about 60 minutes. If I'm Arteta after 60 minutes against Aston Villa, and you're watching this back, again, Leon Chordo, at the 60-minute mark when Tielemans hits the crossbar and the upright, based off of Zinchenko losing the ball on the edge of the box, that's the point where if I'm Mikel Arteta, I'm taking Zinchenko off against Aston Villa and bringing on a recognized defensive left back, because the goal comes from the left back area, and Zinchenko is in the right half space defending in the box. when the ball comes to the back post, and Martinelli and Declan Rice have switched off at the back post, and Bailey slots home. You should never lose. You should never lose that ball in the 86th minute. Never lose a goal in the 86th minute there. That shouldn't have happened. And a draw, looking at the table now, a draw would not have helped us against Aston Villa. A win is what we needed to remain in control of our own destiny. And today, if we're in control of our own destiny today, we're not looking at Man City. We're looking at our own performance today. And we would be 1-1 at halftime in the final game of the season and need to win in the second half to win the title. But that's not reality. The reality is we need 2 results to go our way. The first one being us take care of business in the second half against Everton, and the second being hoping that West Ham can score a goal or 2 in Manchester.
And the talent is there. I think that for West Ham to score maybe 2 more goals.
The talent is there, yeah.
Yeah.
Ward Prowse, Antonio, Kudos, Paqueta. They've got players who can hurt them, and Pep Guardiola, in his recent interview, like he said, West Ham have the players who can hurt you, and the expected goals in the last 4 or 5 games have been something like 4.35 against City. They've only conceded 1, so they've defended and outperformed their expected goals against, largely due to players like Chris Wood for Nottingham Forest who missed their chances. Fulham, who missed their chances. Tottenham, who missed their chances in the 85th minute. But I expect nothing from that Tottenham team. We can never be in this position again, Alonso, where we are relying on other teams to do the business for us, and we go again next season. Now, let's see what happens. The second half is about to kick off at the Emirates. 2-1 to Man City. It's in their hands. Will they bottle it? I expect Arsenal to go on and win this game now. 3-1, 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
And we've kicked off at the Emirates. 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, that's going to decide the destination of the Premier League title.
I think it'll go to 100 minutes.
Could be right, Alonso. You could be right. But I want to see a more controlled performance from Arsenal. Maybe one of the first substitutions needs to be Thomas Partey off for Jorginho.
I would say Gabriel Martinelli, but
that too as well. We can't have a red card. We've been very good on red cards all season. In fact, for probably 2 seasons, we've been good on red cards because we control games. If Man City were to have a player sent off up in Manchester, it would make it difficult for them. If Arsenal were to have a player sent off today, and Thomas Partey sitting on a yellow, it would make it difficult. Pep will punch 1 or 2 of his players if West Ham scores now. Oh,
Pep has enough trophies, man.
I've given up praying. That Man City are gonna mess this up.
You think so, right?
Havertz with the header just wide. Yeah, listen, I'm doing all the other things, Alonso. You have to say on the face of it, West Ham going to Manchester it's going to be quite difficult for them to get something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if they can play on the nerves of Man City a little bit up there, it could be interesting. Could be very interesting. Havertz takes the ball from Tarkowski. Foul on Trossard. Arsenal get on with it. Partey pass to Ben White. Back to Partey. Back to
I've got
Rice.
some bacon and eggs on the way.
I had that before. I had that about an hour and a half ago.
How I have it, right? I have a slice of toast, right, on the plate, and then on top of the slice of toast, I have bacon. And on top of the bacon, I have a fried egg and Tabasco and black pepper.
Yeah. I went with scrambled egg. I scrambled my eggs with the bacon on the side. It was some Canadian bacon, Stan.
Where
do you get your bacon from?
Safeway.
Safeway?
Yeah. They have Safeway in Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ. They have Safeway in Canada, Stan.
Yeah.
Huh. They had Safeway for years in the States. But never really transpired anything.
Bacon's really thin here, Alonso, in the States, you know. Evening, Russ.
Evening, Russ.
Good evening.
All right, Russ.
Could the impossible happen? Do we dare to dream?
We need to win this game. That's it. And then maybe there'll be some magic.
Yeah.
It would just be disastrous though if West Ham equalise.
Oh man, that's a red card, man.
We can't sort this out.
I want the reverse. I want the reverse QPR for them. Tarkowski going into the book.
Yeah. Oof. That's been brutal.
Tarkowski's come to play. A bit of a little bit of a scissor kick there. Two-footed challenge. Left the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
The one thing City does to every team, though, is it doesn't give you the assurance that you're going to go win the league. You know, we had that against Manchester United at certain times. We knew we were going to win the league with a game or two to go. Man City does not give that to other teams.
Mateta's on a hat trick for Palace.
Oh wow!
He's had a good season. Meanwhile,
we were talking on the stoop about was it stoop or was it the trip? How Newcastle our players may be looking to go away from Palace because they've been playing good again.
Sounds like you're unable to keep track of all of your engagements, Alonso.
Don't you have notes and minutes?
I do not. Oh, here, Howard. Oh, man.
He scored.
Howard Thomas scored.
Almost.
It was on a breakaway.
It's true. He had to break free of that defender.
Branthwaite. Breakaway.
Come on, Saliba, do something.
Right. So, we were talking about how Palace have been playing so good lately that there's hope within their fans that they'll all stay because they've been playing so good lately. But we were naming players that we might want to buy from Palace, like Gay, or OLC or Isse. Because there's talent there at Crystal Palace.
Okay, that was on the stoop.
Yeah,
I believe you made those comments on the stoop, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
Good game between Luton and Fulham. Luton going down with a fight. And there's something to what does it say about the league, Alonso, when you have the 3 promoted teams going straight back down?
It's a shame, really.
Has the Premier League been poor?
Yes and no. I think there's got to be some ambition with the promoted sides. Like before, like you've had promoted sides actually do pretty well. I think the latest one's been Brighton. They've been through Europe, as has West Ham, and they've won. They've been really relegated down, and they come up. West Ham, as has Villa. So, I think your normal bigger clubs who've been sent down and got back up. It kind of shows you that there's ambition there. With Luton, I was hoping that they would stay up. With Burnley, they had coming in as a coach. However, it doesn't make any sense that there's a lot of hype around him as being Pep Guardiola's prophet. What do you say it? How do you say it?
Profited?
No, his. What do you call it? Whenever you have someone from your ex-player do well, coach. What is the term for that? Anyway,
promoted.
No, his
exceeded expectations.
Company was this is a term. Anyway, one of his coaching this is a term, right?
Yeah.
He came from the Pep Guardiola's coaching tree, I guess, as I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of hype around him getting promoted with Burnley. And it hadn't worked out. And like Stan had said, a lot of media had a lot to do with that, as far as bringing him up to something that he's not. And I think that's Burnley's struggle, is that they didn't really have the financial backing to stay up and buy the players necessary to be successful. And in Sheffield United's case, you kind of knew you were getting into. They had basically little talent to be up there with the lower sides. So they're kind of destined to fail in a way. I think the most likable side was Luton, with Wes Barkley and of course our own Sambi Lakanga. And like I said, I would have hoped that it was stayed up. Arsenal are playing sloppy right now, dude. It's kind of gosh,
I've been quite calm. I'm more nervous about City pulling away again.
Yeah.
Because I believe we'll get it done on the field here. We'll get the win that we need.
But they've been playing so sloppy though, man. Like Arsenal are playing not the Arsenal way.
I would just love to beat the Pep Guardiola and Man City followers.
I would too, because
it would just mean so much.
To me, right, it's like they're plastic fans.
Exactly.
There's no identity.
And that's why rival fans will excuse them. Gabriel Magalhaes looks hurt. Gabriel Magalhaes hurt.
Palace has scored a third.
Crystal Palace scored a third. You're sitting pretty.
Oh no! Don't tell me to bring on Zinchenko. Oh.
Please no. What's Magalhaes doing?
Well, that'll make Tomiyasu Tomiyasu.
And Real Kvyat.
You got
What's happening
TVO.
there?
Exactly.
Who's he going to go for?
It is Zinchenko. No, shirt back on. Sitting back down. Oh, yeah, he's got the Arsenal. He's got the red on. Alexander Usyk is coming on. Nothing.
This is not good.
No.
For me. He leaves the back door open too often, man.
Well, what is it? Tomiyasu's going to play left central defender.
Why would you not bring in Kvyat? I think that'd be a like for like.
Oh.
Isn't it? Left footed.
I agree.
His usual position.
There we
Why
go.
would you know? He served well during the season.
We also need to tip. We also need to tip the balance a little bit in midfield. So, he's going to want.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, right? What we're doing here is right. We're making really two changes for one because now Tomiyasu is coming out of the position that he's already playing well in. He's got to go into another position, and then we're bringing on a fresh player. Do you know what I'm getting at? It's really two. He could have just done Kvyat for Gabriel Megalegs, and then you're only making the one change, aren't you, in the defence? Now you're moving it around, you know what I mean? Tomiyasu's doing right where he is. Why do you want to move that around?
3-1 to City. That's it, I would say.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Rodri.
3-1 to City, yeah. There's no coming back from that, is there?
Nope. I mean, it would be a madness.
Yeah. West Ham winning 4-3 at the time, yeah.
Go on. Go ahead and win our game now, Arsenal. Come on. It's another rifle from the edge of the box. Goalkeeper almost got to it.
Let's not forget their captain kills cats, so. But he can't defend for crap.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Did you see the Rodri goal? Fucking hell, it was quite tame.
Yeah.
How do you not get that? It's rolled on the ground.
A little bit of a daisy cutter. All right. A good performance in the last 30 minutes from Arsenal. Come on.
When Trezard. Jesus, man.
Should be able to take care of it.
Yeah. Reddy said it was done when we lost to Villa. I think what we have to take from this is going into the last 10 games of the season, you cannot be behind. You cannot let City go ahead of you at any point in time in the last 10 games of the season. Brady said we need to stop relying on others and look at ourselves. That's the only way you improve. Yeah, we can't be in this position again next season, Reddy. Hat trick from Mateta and Eze has scored 4-0.
That's 4. Oh, what?
The Palace. Yep.
So I wonder if SA is going to be on England this summer. He's, I think, very good.
I don't think Southgate's going to take him.
I quite like Belize.
Yeah,
You see?
Elise is a good player. These are the kind of players that we've targeted in the recent years. We've targeted Premier League players.
I think I'd take Elise just ahead of Asai.
Brady said, "Did my head in when we saw our fans supporting."
Wow. What a save. Ryan had a good save. Great save. Ryan.
Good grab from Raya.
I haven't seen that yet. Here we go. Looks like this is coming
Not
on.
spectacular. It's what you'd expect, right? Good save, good grab.
Yeah. Good grab. Bollocks.
I don't like the sound of that.
Just, it was within our grasp, wasn't it? Just
Jesus, man. Come on.
a couple of results in the season in this position.
Yeah.
It's the way, It's the way it is.
Pickford was horrible there.
You've almost got to be near perfect now in this team. Martinelli, what's he doing?
Pickford was very unsafe there. Another corner for Arsenal.
Yeah, I was just about to kick it. Oh, another one.
Rice, keep it down, Rice.
Beckman. We can take shooting advice back into his party.
Fulham are flying kites right now. 4-2 over Luton Town.
It's funny because Zinchenko being useless per usual. There he goes, the pass.
Thomas Partey driving forward. Come on. 66 minutes. There's a quarter of the game left.
Fucking hell, man. Yeah, I think it was a Havertz at the post.
Yeah.
Offside.
Hit the
It's offsides anyway, so.
it's not offside. Offside for Trossard on the follow.
Okay.
But the header would have stood. Hit the upright. Close to the angle.
Come on, guys, come on. I should do that for her. Odegaard always cuts back, and it's like, man.
Man United have scored. Man United have scored at Brighton.
All right, Mercer supposed to come on, and so is Timber. All right. How cool would it be if ESR scores? You know?
Yes. Yeah. Would be a nice way to finish. Maybe Timber's going to come on as well.
Tomiyasu, maybe?
Symmetry to his season.
Yeah. He starts last game, plays last game. That's
Five 0 Crystal Palace. Eze with the 5th goal.
Ben White's going off.
Right, Urian Timber's coming on for Ben White. So
Yeah,
Urian
Ben White.
Timber played the first game. Timber
So it
played the
seems like-
first half, and he got on in the second half of the last game. First half of the first season, and he's played part of the second half.
I guess Rice is going back to number
The
6.
last game in the season.
And Russell supposed to go number 8 with Odegaard.
I'm not sure I played Timber in this game.
I know. I agree. In case he
There we
gets
go.
injured again.
Not so much that. Maybe, you know, he hasn't really played with the team a lot.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Who did Emile Smith Rowe come on for? Martinelli?
Partey.
Oh, Thomas Partey. Okay. It's a good tactical substitution. I mean, are West Ham going to make it interesting and get another goal back?
Five 0 Palace. Wow. There you go. Come on, Timber. I got a free kick. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. There's no foul.
Physical challenge. Trossard looks knackered. Okay. We've made what? 3 substitutions now?
Yeah, also going to bring on Eddie Nketiah. Gabriel Jesus, maybe.
Jesus will get on.
Who was that? Saliba.
Ross says we should have scored there.
Come on.
So the chance is coming up. Rice feeds. Trossard. Odegaard. Emile Smith Rowe on the follow-up. A couple of blocks, a save by the goalkeeper.
Arsenal. There you go.
And follow-up saved from Emile Smith Rowe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Odegaard. Follow up.
Yeah, ESR got there too.
Violence. Tim obviously got nothing. Got a corner.
West Ham, if you have 2 goals in you, now's the time to cash them in. Looking unlikely. But it's a 4-point difference right now in the table. 2 more would be nice. Yellow card. Timber gets the yellow card. It's a strong one.
I don't want Timber to try and do too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting that, like, you know, because you have to really like. He ends up half extending.
That nearly squirmed underneath Pickford. West Ham are blowing bubbles. Brady says, not in a good way, in a bad way. The shadows are coming over the Emirates Stadium. The light is only down the left hand side as we're attacking. Sunshine. Maybe a metaphor for the end of our season. Emile Smith Rowe shot over.
That number 10 shirt weighs heavy on a lad.
4-2 to Newcastle over Brentford. Bruno Gummy Bears weighing in with a goal. He got quite emotional in the last weekend. This last home game. Bruno Gummy Bears quite emotional, almost as if he knows he's leaving Newcastle. Would you want Bruno at Arsenal?
Why not? Capable players, you know. But when he on his first day, he has to let Kai Havertz elbow him in the head, just to, like, you know.
The point of the elbow, right?
Yeah. He's allowed a free hit.
Jorginho too.
Yeah, loads of free hits. We are not looking like usual selves.
No, I think the nerves of the occasion has played a part in this. Oh, yes. Chance. Yeah. Why did he blow that up? Havertz walked through much like he did at Burnley. Havertz walked through. Didn't go out.
Man United have scored, but it doesn't matter.
No. What? Ten Hag's going to get sacked, right?
He should.
You think?
The only thing that would save him is winning the FA Cup.
Yeah, maybe. Cup.
Like
but I mean, not being able to qualify for Europe must be a big blow for their plans.
Yeah. And the only way, much like Mikel Arteta in his second season, his first season, I think, the only way to qualify for Europe was to win that FA Cup, which we did.
Jesus coming on.
Ross asking the deep questions here. If United win the FA Cup, have they had a better season than us? There's two ways to categorize the season. One is purely on trophies, but the other is in terms of your consistency throughout the
league position,
season, right? League position. So I'm going to say we had a better season than them. They were better. They're going to salvage their season if they win the FA Cup. But that's what it would be, salvaging their season.
you still earn less money for the FA Cup than you do for where we got into the Champions League. That's another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Because it's all about how you can reinvest, right?
Yeah. And we know the Europa League money is a lot less than Champions League money as well. Isn't winning trophies the whole point? When you're a kid, as a supporter,
Yeah.
you're right. As a supporter, Russ,
Yeah.
it is about winning trophies.
But then you see some competitions and they put out weak squads, right? Like the Cardiff Cup. Jesus on for Leandro Trossard. Crystal Palace 5. I just saw flash up.
Yep.
Unai Emery, man. Why couldn't we have done that to Aston Villa? They look like they've run out of steam, Villa.
Aston Villa were the worst. Stan, Aston Villa were the worst team to play, sandwiched in between a quarterfinal with Bayern Munich. Aston Villa. What about Bruno? What about Roberto De Zerbi? Where does he go now? Because he's not. His ambitions for being a manager is not equal to Tony Bloom's Brighton.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, but has he really done that much with Brighton, De Zerbi? Do you know what I mean?
When he has players, when he has decent players, he's done well. They got into Europe last season.
This season, they seem to have a lot of bad results.
Ready. I think he'll go to Manchester United. Myself,
I thought that was Southgate.
I would feel a little bit like the guys on Fever Pitch if it was 2-1 at Man City right now, but Man City are leading 3-1.
I think, Bruno Guimaraes would be perfect for this kind of game because, obviously Everton aren't really blowing Arsenal right now, but he'd be perfect as far as defending and controlling the game. I think he'd be a perfect replacement for Partey if Partey were to leave. Obviously, keeping Jorginho as a backup would be ideal. But
yeah, well, we've signed Jorginho. We got him next year. Jorginho's staying. That does put a question mark over Thomas Partey and what we're going to do with him. Knowing, I think a lot of people are talking about Martin Zubimendi or Bruno Guimaraes for midfield, or Paulinho. I would go for. My choice would be Paulinho from Fulham. But Reddy, I do think maybe De Zerbi ends up at Old Trafford, Manchester United. Maybe he stays in England.
Free kick.
Raya. One thing about Raya is that he makes his mental mistakes that lead to bad passing, and almost got caught there.
What's he doing so far up, man?
Yeah, exactly.
It was a bit
like you're fucking goalkeeper, mate. What are you doing?
We've come a long way, Stan. We've come a long
There's
way
no
now.
need. There's no need for stuff like that. There's no need for stuff like that. You're just asking for trouble, man.
That's how I said, Stan. It's like Jesus, man.
Man
This
United
was
2. Man United 2-0 up on Brighton.
oh
Doesn't
God.
matter.
ESR hit the post. Jesus Christ, man.
Doesn't matter,
ESR
man.
hit,
Martinelli,
he hit the post.
volley into the ground, all onto the post.
Fucking hell, man.
It's
ESR
like
hit the post.
one of those days, but Arsenal have to finish with a win.
Ah.
We have to finish with a win.
Had ESR got that goal, man. God.
I don't know if you quite got a good connection to that.
Oh, Jesus. Bad news bears, huh? Come on, ESR.
We've taken Man City.
Oh, come on, man.
We've taken Man City to the last day of the season, the last half hour of the season. And knowing that we don't have a full and complete squad yet. BX said, although this is very gut-wrenching and highly disappointing, I'm very proud of this team to be in this position after being out of the mix for so long. We go again next season. We go
100%.
again next season. Yeah. And
100%.
don't listen. If anyone tells you this team's going to fall away, I don't see how this team can fall away. What we need to do is build a squad now where we can give very important players some rest in certain games. And then it's up to Mikel Arteta to use those players.
Come on.
Use those players to the best of his ability.
Who's he passing it to? Jeez, Martinelli.
Ah. Tony Turner has decided to join us.
Capitulation, right?
Capitulation and 1-1 draw at home.
Yep.
This reminds me of the Bad News Bears. We're going to do it soon. Aston Villa have capitulated, Tony.
Exactly.
Not
That's
Arsenal.
a capitulation.
That's capitulation.
Not Arsenal versus
I would advise
1-1.
you to go to the dictionary and read what it says opposite capitulation.
Tony, can I just also tell you that you happen to find yourself in the presence of the upset pick champion 2024?
Yeah.
You mean you finished the season, Stan, when some others didn't? Is that what you're saying, Stan?
You find yourself in the presence of the champion of 2024.
When some people
Hey?
Yes, no. Gabriel Jesus. All right, who's going to score the last goal? Let's get predictions. Arsenal's going to score in the last 10, 12 minutes here.
No, they aren't.
All right, then you don't get a prediction. Who's going to score the winning goal? Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard is going to score the winning goal.
You're in Timbers.
Look at this, Gordon Grounds.
Who have you got, Lonza? Lonza, who have you got?
I have ESR.
Emile Smith-Rowe scoring.
Have you looked at our record against Arteta's former team here?
Yeah, when we weren't playing well, Tony, when we were horrible 4 years ago, when
we still have
Arsene Wenger's team was fading. Is that what you're talking about? Because we beat them last season.
We have more losses against them than we've had the entire time we've been playing.
Tony, that's that. You have to have a stat like that against some team Man City have a stat like that against some team. You just happen to be right today on that one. You know what I mean?
Against a relegation team for three of
Fucking hell.
the
Where was
last 4
Havertz
years.
heading that to?
It's called
Stop.
bogey team, Tony. Bogey team.
Fucking hell, man. Jesus Christ.
West Ham have scored.
Oh shit!
West Ham have scored 3-2.
Fuck. It's over, Stan. It's over. It hasn't popped up on my phone yet.
Oh, could you imagine if they draw and we draw it? Oh, that'd just be.
Come on,
Tony
come
love
on,
it.
come on.
Tony would love it.
I would love it.
Yeah, get in there.
Arsenal scored.
Harvard.
I told you, Odegaard. Oh, it wasn't Odegaard. It was Havertz. Stan.
Hang on, I ain't seen it yet.
Alonso,
There we go. He heads
Tony. Imagine at City. Imagine.
Well,
Just imagine.
yeah, there we go. There you go. I thought Odegaard was going to take a shot then.
Can we have our reverse Crystal Palace moment for Arsenal?
Oh man, could you imagine that? If West Ham got an equaliser, if West Ham got an West Ham getting
Jesus, no handball from
no,
Jesus.
what has the goal not stood?
I don't know. They're checking everything. They're checking everything. Did it kick off his arm?
Off whose arm?
Jesus in midfield.
What, when he heads it through?
Hits his arm. I don't see the West Ham second goal.
They said it on the TV.
It's a handball from Jesus. I'd like to see it slower, but it's a possible handball.
Yeah, I still see it as 3-1 in the 89th minute.
What's this? Yeah, come off his arm, but I saw Rodri do something like this 2 seasons ago.
It still says West Ham 3-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think.
Why do they say it's 3-2 on the TV?
Yeah, because they might have scored.
And then chalks it off.
No goal. VAR review. It says a quick VAR check confirming that the hand was used to tuck the ball home. All right, we got our goal.
Goal stands.
Goal stands.
Havertz.
Fuck. So it's still 3-1 at West Ham, and that's
3-1 up there.
Why do they say 3-2? The guy on the TV said that West Ham.
He scored, but the rule did out with a quick VAR check.
Oh, I see.
But I'd like to obviously see that later. All right.
Andy Townsend, the goal's been given, so shut your mouth, man. He's still going, well, people love to be with his arm. It's like, mate, move on.
Waka. Hey, waka. Hey.
It did hit his arm, didn't it? The shoulder.
I tell
the shoulder.
VAR is a crock.
Oh, we'll see how the vote goes.
Odegaard pass to Havertz was delicious. I don't think he intended it, BX.
I thought he was taking the shot.
How did
I thought he miskicked it. Did you?
He miskicked it.
He did that.
I agree.
How do you see that going, Ray?
Which?
The vote to get rid of VAR.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't see them getting rid of it, Tony.
They're into 4 minutes of added time
Well,
at
they're voting for it, right? So we'll see what happens.
Three, maybe. No. Well,
What's
look,
that?
Tony, we've overcome a traditionally very difficult team to beat. We've beaten Everton. How do you feel about that now?
They're not a traditionally.
Oh, come on, Tony.
Whatever you were trying to say, whatever agenda you were trying to set moments ago, we've just beaten them.
We have struggled against them.
Oh
Right?
my God. We're into losing and struggling.
But it's not a capitulation now, is it, Tony? Is it?
We won
The
what?
first thing you
16?
said when you came on, your first word was a capitulation. That's the first thing. You didn't even say hello.
Yes, he didn't even say hello. First words were prophets of doom. Yeah.
Next season, Tony, I don't want to see you wallowing in misery. Enjoy it.
Going back to the past.
The journey, Tony. Enjoy the journey. It's been.
I don't like a roller coaster when I know where it's at go.
I think
it's gonna go up. It's gonna go up, Tony.
I think
you strap yourself in, man.
There next season, Tony.
Strap yourself in and go.
All right, here we go. The similarities to Liverpool are striking, right? We've taken over Liverpool's place to challenge City. Liverpool had the disappointment that the year before they won the league, they had the disappointment.
They're into their 6th minute at the Etihad now. 6th minute of extra time. Fucking hell.
It's all a sham. I haven't seen the Suchek handball, but I'd like to see the Suchek handball. So it's going to be 2 points in the end. What was that? It
was target practice.
Can we get Richard Masters into a helicopter and let him go up to Man City and hand over the title to 115 FC?
What a joke, man.
Did Arsenal win the league today?
Nope.
Jesus, man.
What about the charges against Man City, Tony?
I won't ever do anything with them.
What a season for Saliba, Tony.
His partner's still better.
Stan, just
wow.
Make a statement to Tony that he can just tear it apart.
Well, I have one.
His partner's better, right?
They complement each other. That's like saying Vidic, right?
Who has a tougher task out of the two, right?
Saliba?
No.
They both defend. Martinelli over Labar.
Ben White is better than Zinchenko or Tomiyasu and everybody else that's playing.
Tomiyasu scored today, Tony.
Look, Tomiyasu scored today. That was a bad call, but we'll take the goal, right? This is BX. I understand where you're coming from, and there will be a small section.
That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's full time at yeah. 3-1. It's full time. That's it.
3-1. It's all over.
That's it.
All right. When you come second, you're gonna complain about the points you dropped.
Ray, where's your fancy percentage?
Oh, do you want me to add it in there? We fell just short, Tony. But I feel like you know that already.
Well, I know the highest we could have got you 89, and that's been for months now, at least 6 weeks.
Oh, there
Well,
has been a pitch invasion at the Etihad.
Well, why would you do that at this point?
Because
You-
they feel like they have done something remarkable.
well, they have. They've won 4 in 4 years. Nobody's done that.
fucking
They've
hell,
won
man.
6 out of 7. So
It's just unbelievable that they allowed this to happen while they're under this investigation. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. There we go, Tony. Just short. 98.88% of 90. We have to go past that that marker next season. We dropped 25 points.
If a football player is under investigation, they don't usually play. So why is a team allowed to play if they're under investigation?
Yeah.
Fucking hate Man City.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't like Man United back in the day, so they're the new rivals now.
Yeah, but they did it right.
They did it
If
right. Yeah.
If it turns out that these charges turn out to be valid, then they shouldn't have had the resources that they've had to enable them to achieve what they've achieved, right? That's it. So it's all well and good saying they play great football, but they've got the best players. How have they got the best players? Because allegedly they've been manipulating their finances to enable them to afford those players. If it turns out
Yeah,
to be true.
and you'll see Man City accounts talking about the way that they've acquired their squad without any huge. There has been a couple, but let's say 60 million here for this player. We've done really well to build this squad, but we know there is allegations against how they've built the squad. They've not released financial information to the Premier League as required. They've basically locked the doors as they have come to check their books. BX said, as the Arteta out brigade is going to go crazy now. Cue meltdowns and tantrums in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't think you should see too much of that, BX, but there'll be a couple of accounts out there doing that. Tony, it's been a good season. We haven't capitulated, as you said, in the last 9 or 10 games of the season. We have, when we lost to Aston Villa, I set the task to the team: give me 18 points from the remaining 6 games, and the team have done that. They've given us 18 points in the league, in the run-in after falling to Aston Villa. And yes, I agree with you. Certain crayons were kept in the box. Certain colors were kept in the box in terms of Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. But when we needed to push City all the way, we did that. We pushed them to the last day of the season.
yeah, but even if he just didn't put Kai in the midfield all the time, we could have changed things.
That was
Kai in the midfield did not work.
Yeah, I agree.
But what I think is weird, you get rid of Granit Xhaka and your midfield's worse than it was the season before.
Technically, it was not. statistically, it was
It was a
not
problem
bad.
the whole year until they finally put Havertz on as a striker instead of a
We,
eight.
I don't think we were just scoring enough goals, Tony. That was part of the
We
problem.
scored a record amount of goals, Alonso. How many more do you want him to
I
There
score?
didn't
was
finish my I didn't finish my point, Tony. It was the first half of the season, for maybe the first 10 games, that we had trouble scoring more than 2 goals a game.
mhm.
That's my point I was trying to make. And then
the
Arteta decided to make
We haven't
tactical
been clinical enough the
okay.
last 2 years yet. We still
I
don't have a
didn't
real
finish my
striker.
point, Tony. God, dude.
4 losses, not bad.
So when Arteta decided to put Havertz up front, it made a difference because it was able to put spacing out for wingers to do something. They able Trezor to be on the team more often, and he sacrificed Martinelli to be on the bench in the second
That
half
was
of the
after
season.
Martinelli got hurt. If Martinelli got hurt, that's probably what happened.
That's what I just said. I said because Trezor is on a roll scoring goals.
Yeah.
Then why was you going to sit Trezor for?
He
Yeah.
would have set him.
All right. I think at this difficult time, we should take a number of days to let all of this sink in and percolate and return on the Thursday night forum or the trip or wherever you want to go to. We'll stay for a few more minutes, but probably would be best to let all of this sink in.
Yeah.
Understand what happened this season. And my initial feelings are Thomas Partey. I think we relied on the fitness of Thomas Partey. And in terms of the acquisitions in the summer,
So Ray, did we play Russian roulette then? Play them as right back? Why the fuck do you do that for?
well, that's what we're going to take some time to think about for Thursday night. I'm not going to get into that Partey discussion just yet in terms of him not playing in midfield. You know,
Minus a dozen games, we've never got what we paid for.
yeah, I think Stan said it best was something like less than 30% of the games that he could have been available for, he turned out in. You know what I mean? And as much as I love Thomas Partey, the way he's played, the way he's transformed us over the last 3 seasons, and I really would love the players who have departed. You really would want them to have some success, you know. But Thomas Partey is probably going to leave this summer. Probably needs to leave this summer, so we can move on.
So we can get a player we could have got 2 years ago.
Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko. There's when you really and Stan, maybe we have an opportunity to go through the squad on Thursday night. You know, do that podcast that you were referring to with the squad. Go through that really go through that with a fine tooth comb and with the list of players that potentially could and should leave the club is quite long when you think about it in terms of where we need to go. Tony?
So is this currently
Sorry.
our sixth? Are we going to
yeah.
talk about? Are we going to talk about our new and improved shitbag six?
Yeah, I think it could get to about 8 when you look at it. Some of them are not shitbag. Some of them are good players, but will want to move. I'm talking about Ramsdale in particular. That's a player who will want to move.
Well, supposedly that one's already done and dusted. So.
No,
But we don't know that. We don't know anything.
That.
And do you believe that he's going to go for 15 million, Tony?
Right. We've only made a profit off of four players since 2012.
So do you believe the club is going to sell Ramsdale for 15 million to Newcastle?
They're definitely going to sell him, right? It's just.
Do you believe in that valuation that's been mooted?
It's probably about right. You have a keeper that want to go away, so.
Okay. I for one will not be happy if we sell him for 15 million to Newcastle.
Look what we sold Leno for, right? he's worth way more than what we sold him for.
Maybe Leno was 3 years ago though as well. We go trophyless for the 4th season in a row. Next season, hey, feel like we're always saying next season, but it's really got to be situational.
We still sign the goalkeeper every year, right?
Look,
Right, listen,
good.
I'm off now. I'm going there because I've got
Yep.
a bath running.
All right,
And it's
Stan.
almost ready.
Thank you. Thanks
See
for
you
being here.
on
We'll see you
Thursday.
Thursday, okay?
Yeah.
See you, Stan. Take it easy, man.
We'll break this season down on Thursday. I will just say one thing to you, Tony. Joe Hart has retired from football after winning the league with Celtic. He was at Man City when Pep Guardiola came to the team. Pep Guardiola moved him on for Claudio Bravo, and then he moved Claudio Bravo on for Ederson. And you can't tell me what has happened at Arsenal has not been similar. Bern Leno to Emi Martinez to Ramsdale and now to Raya. That happened. That was real. But yeah, we'll break down the whole season, everybody. Time to make our exit comments. Tony, what are your thoughts on what you saw today, the title race and the season in whole?
Like you said, we let it go against Villa that put in the performance needed. And after that, wasn't in our hands anymore. And here you are again. Team leading Christmas usually wins. And Man City's made a mockery of that because now it's 3 times Liverpool's capitulated, 3 times Arsenal has capitulated.
Yeah. Look, Man City are a team that are going to hold you to account each and every time.
And another thing, what I was going to say earlier was that you had us 2.5 years ago in the winter market not wanting to sign a player because they said it would upset the project. And you could make that argument about Kai because it screwed up our midfield.
Okay, we're going to get that into Thursday. I will answer the question from AFC Always here. Progress, yes. Success, no. The teams that have had some success in the last 2 seasons have been Liverpool and Manchester United winning Carabao Cups. I wonder if that's the kind of success that you want as Arsenal fans. Is that the kind of success you want? Picking up Carabao Cups here and there, having the season that Liverpool had or the season that Arsenal had. Last season, have the season that Arsenal had or the season that Manchester United had. Success is a trophy, but how do you really measure success? And Tom, you have just joined right at the end, so I'm going to give you your piece.
Oh, that's perfect. I only just realised you sent me the link, if I'm being honest, because
I just sent it just in case you wanted to stop by and say hello.
Doing the links thing.
Right over says what times it starts. It's like, here's your link.
Hi, Tom.
Hello, Alonso.
Tom is able
alive.
to. If Tom saw the link, he would go and see what time the show starts. That's how it works. That's how StreamYard and YouTube work. Right, Tom?
Yeah, that's true. I was one of the first commenters in here.
Yes.
But I hadn't been on Twitter, therefore I did not see. I didn't get a notification for the link. Basic, cut a long story short.
Yeah.
But anyway, so no, obviously, I'm sorry it didn't go the way you gentlemen liked. I suppose, what more can you say? Like, you didn't win your last 6 games, and
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it get picked apart over the next week, but you're going to look at it as, there was games against Fulham. We should have got something. We should have got something off of Villa. in 2 games, which you didn't. A result against Newcastle, back when me and Tony were watching wrestling in Saudi Arabia. Anyway, right? Sorry, that's random. But anyway, the point is 115. Always, they never decimate the league. They never blow the league
do
away
enough.
by like
Yeah.
30 points.
Yeah.
They always see what you do and they go, all right, we'll just get an extra point. That's it.
What happened with them, Tom, was they lost against Aston Villa and they realized we have no more room for error here. We can draw a game here and there, which is what happened. Referee may have bottled a decision or two at Anfield when Doku fouled McAllister, in my opinion. But the long road of the season, Man City, when they know what they need to do, they invariably go ahead and do it. You know what I mean?
My favourite part of the afternoon, Ray, was that I had a delicious cheesecake.
Listen, outside of this podcast, outside of Arsenal, there is a world out there. And, we need to go and enjoy that as well. Arsenal are a big part and Leeds are a big part of our lives, but it's not everything. And listen, I do hope that on the 26th of next Sunday, 26th of May, you get the result that you need to get back into the Premier League, Tom. And
this time next week, we'll know.
This time next week, we will know.
How do you think your team's will vote on VAR, Tom? Yay or nay?
Our team needs to win next Sunday to be in the vote on VAR.
To get a vote.
Well, Ray just wished you hope and everything. If you sat at the table, do you think you're going to vote for it or against it?
I suspect we'll vote against it, but obviously I don't know.
And larger question, Tom, will be, we have now got officials who have gotten used to not refereeing, if you know what I mean, as individuals.
Yeah. That's true.
And if you take that crutch away, they're going to have to relearn the game.
Well, this is it. Exactly what you just said. It was meant to assist the referee. It's in the name. It's to assist the referee. But the referees have basically gone, no, actually, how this is actually going to play out in reality is I run around the pitch and then the earliest opportunity where I have to make a decision, unless I'm absolutely certain, I'm just going to go, Stockley. Because let's just call it human called Stockley. Stockley, what's going on, mate?
Park.
Stockley, what's happening?
Advise, and they're so eager to advise the referee before he can even make his own decision.
Yep. And Stockley will respond, How long have you got, mate? And I'll be like, I'm only. It's a Premier League game football. We're waiting to restart, but take your time, mate. Take 8 minutes if you need it.
It does depend.
Old Mavis in the crowd's in no rush to get home.
It does depend on the stadium.
Should have just been fucking mandatory. You go to the monitor, you look at it.
Yes,
I mean you're the one that made the decision. You don't need other people telling you you're wrong or not to say, "Hey, can you look at this?" Then go look at it.
They should actually give the referee the remote control so he can go, okay, how about I watch it from that angle? How about I watch it from that angle? Oh, actually, that's not as clear. Let's go back to the previous angle and whatever. And then you can go bang, bang, bang. The referee's in control of it. He gets to rewatch it. He can slow it up, speed it down, whatever. I'm pretty sure it will be quicker than 5 minutes it takes for other people to watch it and then go to him, we ain't really sure. What do you think? It's like, well, I'm fucking asking you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, pardon my language. I'm just...
No, I just saw the Rodri goal was more central than you would have thought from that shot, from the pictures, and the goalkeeper really should have done better with it. Man City were leading 2-1 at the time, extended to 3-1. I'm waiting to see this Souček decision. But apparently they didn't show that. Okay, there you go. Peacock has chosen not to show the VAR decision at the Etihad. Are you watching that,
Conspiracy.
Alonso?
Massive
Yeah,
conspiracy.
shit show.
So they showed the quick check on Gabriel Jesus, which I think was a handball, if I'm being honest. You know, to control that ball and for Arsenal, for Havertz to score the last goal in Arsenal's season.
So,
But
so
they'd
no
lost.
matter what that decision was,
They'd
Arsenal
lost
was
over the
wrong.
suit check. It doesn't matter, but you would like to see it, Tony. We can all formulate our own decisions, right? But I can't see.
I'm sure they probably showed it.
If I can't see the pictures, I can't formulate a decision until I go watch it. I will be able to watch it later, but there you go. Tom, you're having a show later about 2.5 hours from now.
Yeah. Yeah, just so we get off here. I'll say that like I'm rushing. I'm not. I'm glad you're still going, so I can pop in, say hello. But no, in between time, I'm gonna go have a bath. I'm gonna sort out my lead show. Go perform the lead show. Whatever you say. We did win on Thursday, fairly comprehensively.
Yeah.
And as a good friend of ours, Gary says, enjoy the moments when you have them.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's around the corner. And quite frankly, it could get very nasty around the corner. So I'm going to do my best to enjoy Thursday where we absolutely decimated Norwich, like from bell to bell. It was a thing of beauty.
4-0.
Everything that could have gone wrong did not go wrong.
Well, where has that team been the last 6 weeks, Tom?
Hey, it only matters now.
No, I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you. It's like, if you have that ability, why did you only pull it out of that once?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Tony, because I actually did turn during the game and said, oh, so the police have actually finally found Jorginho Rutter then, seeing as he went missing after the international break in March. They say he had surgery, but he was obviously kidnapped because that guy wasn't the guy that was at Ellen Road on Thursday. I mean, that was a footballer. Gliding through the Norwich team, like with the grace of Fred Astaire and like it was on an ice rink. Sorry. If I showed any more emotion over it, this would suddenly become an over 26-year-old show.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Listen, here's the thing. AFC always, a trophy is better than no trophy. Listen, I'd love to be winning trophies every year. As an Arsenal fan, I'd love to be picking up cups and leagues every year. But we made a decision as a club that we wanted to move forward from being an FA Cup team to actually go and challenge for a Premier League title, actually go into Europe and try to win the Champions League, which is a huge task. But if you're okay with us just focusing on an FA Cup, this Arsenal team could win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup if they'd been, but then they'd be binning off the league and the Champions League. So you have to pick your poison. You try to win 4 competitions.
You have to use all your players, Ray.
You try to win 4 competitions. Mikel Arteta did not go out this season saying, let's not win any trophy at all. He didn't go that way. You know what I mean?
You can't say anything about we broke a record 3 years in a row of our earliest exit out of both domestic cups.
Yeah, of course we can say that. But the Carabao Cup
done for the night. Sorry, Ray, that was rude of me. I was just wondering, because you've obviously went live earlier, I'm guessing you're not doing a after-match recap type show.
No, I don't think there would be any benefit to say all the things that we've already said today in this broadcast. And I think it would be better to take 2-3 days and come back on Thursday when everything has percolated.
Talk about 8 midfielders we need to buy.
Yeah, there's Tony. Arsenal have taken Man City to the final day, the last 30 minutes of the season, with the players, with all the greatest respect in the world, the players that we know that we have that are not worthy of a title-winning squad. You know,
it's a similar story in my opinion that we don't respect the mid-table to lower table teams or clubs for granted. I think the season you can look back on us losing to Fulham and West Ham as games that we should have won.
Yeah,
and look at the draws that could have been wins. Now, granted, playing at City is always going to be a tough task to win there.
Mm-hmm.
But a draw was a draw, and it was a scoreless draw. And I think, that may have came back to haunt us. I think Jorginho's mistake at when we played Tottenham cost us points. So, I don't really understand how a change of formation really hurt. It was just you're up for games, or we just didn't show up, or just mistakes cost us.
Yeah.
So,
Indeed.
we could have won either way. No matter who was in midfield, no matter who was striker, no matter who was playing those games, we still could have won those games. And that, to me, was kind of discouraging about the whole year. People will say, well, Partey played right back and Ben White played center back. We still won those games.
I
So
think,
I don't.
Sorry, Alonso. Go ahead.
No matter how many goals we scored, we still came up short.
I think the annoying thing about this season is that we know if we put a full season together and we have a better squad, that we are competitive against Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Tottenham, and we can even beat Aston Villa on our day. It just happens that our squad, and looking at topping the Champions League group, took something away from some of our games in the middle part of the season, leading up to the New Year's, which was
that'd be a tough task though, right? With all the players you gotta get rid of and bring in.
Well, Tony, what I'm going to say is you decide how many players you want to bring in, and then you remove the 4 players that you want to replace them with. And I think it should be 3 or 4 players. And by doing that, you lift the quality in your squad by doing that. And that's what happens with every club. Every club intends to do that every window. Just doesn't happen.
Don't forget, you also will need a new keeper, right?
Yep, I'm fully aware of what's required, and we will see if Aaron Ramsdale moves for 15 million.
If we were ruthless,
that's not correct.
If we were ruthless of what I've seen the 2 games he's played, go still City's backup.
Who will go to City?
Go still their backup. He looked fine out there.
They'll steal who's backup?
I said if we were ruthless, we'd go still City's backup goalkeeper.
Hey, Mr. Ortega, put away those Premier League medals and forget about them and come to Arsenal. Pep doesn't need you next season, Mr. Ortega.
We won't need City's goalkeeper.
Do you think Mr. Ortega is leaving Man City to come to Arsenal?
It would surprise me if he leave, but I thought that it wouldn't be us. I would target him. Why wouldn't you target him?
He'd go to Ipswich before he go to Arsenal. So.
I mean, you could inquire to Man City and they'll tell you to EFOFF. You know what I mean?
God.
But then you can say, hey, we made an inquiry, All right, Tony, thanks for joining later on. Tom, thanks for stopping by, and we'll be in touch. Hopefully next Sunday. We're congratulating you.
Thank you for that. I'd like to congratulate Stan or Sam Greenwood, whoever won the I was about to say 4-0, and that's wrong of me. The Arsenal Fan Circle prediction game. I say it's one of those 2 because I know it's definitely not me because I picked Sheffield United.
In the first season of that, tell Gary that I pipped Gary in the full season. In the first season, I pipped Gary. This season, Stan pipped Sam. That's all she wrote.
So wait, who finished above you?
Everybody except Tony and Mahir.
Do I count after I quit after the 3rd week?
You participated for 1 week, so yeah. You were like Sheffield United this season?
It's because you cheated me, Ray. Because I
Oh,
verbally told
jeez.
I verbally told you my pick. And,
All right.
and when I brought up how shitty your rules was, because Sam Greenwood, seeing that Arsenal had 7 players out,
When do
and
I
picked
press
up-
play on this thing? I'm playing the
let's
outro.
play.
When do I press play?
Ray
Now,
wanted into
please.
his feelings again.
All right, everybody, listen. We kind of knew Man City was going to do this to us today. Arsenal had their chance. The journey continues. We retool, we go again, and we get better next season. And maybe this time next week, Leeds will have joined the Premier League, hopefully. And this time next year, Arsenal are celebrating Premier League title for the first time in 21 seasons.
And hopefully we get rid of video
And
hindrance.
Tom will
Hopefully
gladly
Leeds
give
will
us
be
6
celebrating
points.
a title win. You know what? If it means we're in the Premier League, I'll give you 4 points.
No, you bastard, 6.
Tom, you could beat Tottenham both times and we'd be all right.
Hey, Tom, I want to 100% support Leeds coming back to the Premier League, but it will only be 100% if I can get 6 points next
Take
season.
6 off Ipswich, or you expect 12 off of us and Ipswich.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Fair enough.
Don't worry.
Thanks for allowing me in. Anyway.
Brighton are going to take their manager away, so you'll be in better shape next season. All right. That's it, Alonso. That's all she wrote. The season's over. 280 days after the first ball was kicked in anger. Kai Havertz, Waka Waka. He was not a flop. He was not a flop this season. Take care, everybody. We'll see you Thursday. Go see Tom's show in 2.5 hours from now. Take care, everyone. Come on, you Gooners. What was that?
Leeds is Leeds.
Leeds is Leeds. We are here. We are Arsenal. We are here. Take care. Oh, and
I didn't know I was in the outro.
We're still live. So yeah. Go ahead. What are you saying?
Oh, I still don't know I was in the outro. That's really cool.
Are you in there? Okay.
Live or not live. It's really cool.
Special mention to Gary for putting together the intro and the outro. He likes doing that stuff. Take care, everyone. We're out of here.
See you guys.